Hello, it's Marilyn Monroe. I hope you are having a good day. Well, I wanted to talk to you about something that's very important, and it was why I was so depressed the last lifetime that I lived. And really, it had to do with the drug industry at that time, because what they were doing is prescribing a very strong birth control pill with very, very high levels of estrogen. And let me tell you, that thing whacked you out so good that you were crying all the time. It was like being pregnant. So that is exactly why I was depressed. Nothing is psychiatrically wrong with me at all. In fact, my psychiatrist was a ditz. He had more psychological problems than I did. You know, he would look at me with these hungry eyes like he wanted to sleep with me all the time and hold my hand. And it was really creepy. The guy totally creeped me out. And then I had Eunice, and Eunice was another one. Eunice was totally depressed, would walk around, wouldn't do her hair roots for about 5 months. It was white down to here. She'd shuffle along as if she was some sort of a lobotomy victim in a hospital, serving me terrible meals. Same thing. How many times can you eat Hungarian goulash? Would not dust the place. It was terrible. Never have it made. It's a waste of time. Anyway, so these people were crazy. Both of them had psychiatric problems. And what I found was that the prescriptions they gave me at that time was to counteract the emotional mood swings of the birth control pill. So what it would do is it would tend to slow down my voice and slow down my responses and everything. And I was really punched out. And it was as if I was speaking in slow motion at times, you know. And the poignancy would get stretched as if it was reincarnation spool that was so slow. It took about 5 hours to listen to one interview that was 1 hour long. Okay, that's what drugs do on top of the birth control pill. So basically, that was the reason for the slowdown in the voice of Marilyn Monroe in her last lifetime. And it was really something that punches you out, especially if you have a glass of champagne with it, which you're not really supposed to, but I did once in a while. And then you're really stretched and slowed down. And you're speaking in this really low voice that everyone has to sort of get really close to you to hear you at all. So it was a really interesting time. And what I find is if you look at the interviews where there's no pills or barbiturates, and I have a tight little body, lost weight every time off the birth control pill, would gain about 10 to 15 pounds on it. And then her voice is a bit higher and more animated and happier. So the answer is then it was the birth control pill that did it, and barbiturates with champagne that made the Marilyn Monroe lifetime kind of punched out and dizzy. All right? Does that answer your question about that? People wondered about that. I'm telling you, they wondered about things to do with Marilyn Monroe and and what was wrong, you know, with the mind. And the mind was brilliant. I read a lot of books in that lifetime, and I had a production company that I began when we did The Prince and the Showgirl. So The Prince and the Showgirl was a great production that I helped produce with Marilyn Monroe Production. And so that made me interested in movie writing and production in this lifetime as well. And that is why I wrote the Starlight writing series by Marilyn Monroe. And I draw on that archive a lot when I write. It is the cinematography of the past lifetime of Marilyn Monroe that I draw on to write movies. And it's a very, 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 very well written. It has a very snappy humor and really great themes, so you will enjoy the movies a lot. And I hope that you guys uh, are healthy, happy, and continue to like the work coming and the work that is here already. From me, your friend, Marilyn Monroe.